Hi everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you who are present here. I'm Nitisha Jain, Assistant Manager of TaxPari.com, and my area of expertise is income tax. Today, in this webinar, we all are here to know about the topic. If you haven't still received your refund, then what would be the reasons of not receiving the refund amount? Then, what are the steps by which you can see that whether your refund has been processed or not? There are a lot many things which we are going to discuss in our today's webinar. So, without any further delay, let's move towards our first topic. About the agenda part, if I say, then we'll be going to discuss about the introduction part. Then, what are the various steps via which you can just see your income tax refund status. Then Q&A. This will be followed up by Q&A session. Now coming on to the introduction part. So after the processing of your income tax return, if the tax department determines that you have paid more than your actual tax liability, then an income tax refund will be payable to you. An intimation notice informing the same is sent to you via SMS or via mail. The intimation notice, which is received by you, shows the amount of refund that will be credited into your bank account along with the refund sequence number. An intimation is sent to you under section 143(1) of the Income Tax Act. So as of now, most of you people whosoever has filed their tax return would have received the intimation notice as well. If it is in green color, that means you don't have any kind of demand due which has been asked by the department. So intimation will just indicate that if you have any kind of tax payable, if they have received the demand notice on you, that amount will be shown. If you have not received any demand, then also intimation under section 143(1) will be sent to you on your mail. Do keep in mind that your bank account must be pre-validated on the new income tax portal to receive the tax refund. Now, if for some reasons you have not received the refund amount, then you can raise a refund reissue request. In this, the refund reissue request can be raised on the new income tax portal, which is provided there is a failure of credit of refund by the income tax department after the processing of the income tax returns. You cannot raise a refund issue request unless the rejection is reflected. Now, how to raise the refund request? First of all, you'll have to log into the income tax portal. This is the income tax portal which you will see. So under this, what you will do is, this will be the status, like refund was filed on this date, it was e-verified on this date, then return processing was done on the same date, and the processing completion. Demand estimated is coming as nil. If you would be having any kind of demand, then it will be showing you demand estimated this and this amount. If you will be receiving any kind of refund, then here it will be reflected that refund to be sent amount is this. If refund is processed, then it will be showing in this kind of series only. So now what you have to do is, you have to go on to service tab, then refund reissue request. Here you'll need to create the refund reissue request. This is the scenario how you can raise the reissue request. Under the services tab, you have to select on the refund reissue. Then the new page will show, on which you will need to click on create refund reissue request. Now you need to select the ITR for which refund reissue request has to be raised, and you need to click on continue. After, when you will click on continue, you will also have to select the bank account in which you want to receive the income tax refund. You have an option to receive the tax refund in a different bank account. Once the bank is selected, you can click on proceed to verification. Now, one more thing to keep in mind is that if another bank account is selected, ensure that the bank account is pre-validated on the income tax portal. Refund will not be credited by the tax department unless the bank account is pre-validated. Once this bank account is successfully verified, then your refund reissue request will be successfully submitted. E-verification can be done through the Aadhaar OTP or EVC. E-verification will be done through Aadhaar OTP. EVC will be enabled with the bank or demat account and like that. So please keep note of the transaction ID for the future reference. You will also receive a confirmation message on the mail ID and the mobile number registered with the e-filing portal. This is the case. This is how you can just raise the refund reissue request if you want to. Likewise, all these things you can do. Now, how you can check in other ways also. Now, what are the reasons why for which you have not received the refund? We'll be looking towards all those things. First reason would be that refund request rejected. As per the IT department, you owe them taxes. What does this mean? There can be many reasons for your refund not reaching you. Here are some of the reasons which we'll be discussing one by one. So first reason is that IT department is asking you for the tax, whatever tax you have paid. If you have paid, then if that is not satisfactory as per the income tax department, then they will be raising you a demand as per your income tax computation which you have prepared. As per you were eligible to get some refund amount, but as per department you owe them some taxes, so they'll just stop your refund request and they'll reject that. Under this scenario, what you need to do is you may receive a notice from the department stating that this and this amount is tax due. Okay, this is the outstanding tax amount. In this case, what you need to do is you have to check all the documents and recalculate the tax liability and the refund receivable. If the figures you have filed in the returns form is correct, file a rectification return under 139.4 supporting your claim. If you think you have filed the correct item and you are eligible to claim some refund amount, then you can just disagree to the demand which the department has raised and you can file a rectification return under 139.4. Just stating all your reasons that why you disagree to the income tax department's demand. If the ITR file found is incorrect, then pay the outstanding demand tax demand which has been demanded by the department within the time limit which is mentioned in the notice. Then second reason would be that you forgot to include a deduction you are eligible for. It's not that always IT department will disagree to the refund. They'll not issue you the refund because if you have to pay some tax amount to them, if you owe some tax amount to them, sometimes you forgot to just add some of the deductions which you were supposed to include in your ITR but you haven't. If the IT department has not started to process your return, you can go ahead to revise your returns and add the missed out deductions you are eligible for. Then third reason would be that if you haven't still not yet received the refund, would be bank account details which are provided to the IT department while filing the return has changed. If the refund could not be credited to the bank account, then to resolve the issue, raise the grievance in the income tax portal. First of all, what you need to do is you can just raise a grievance request that you haven't if you haven't got the refund yet. In certain cases, the income tax department may ask you to raise the refund reissue request, which I already explained you that how you can raise it by going into the service tab. Otherwise, it may ask you to attach the latest bank details along with the other required information to email at like e-filing web manager. On their portal only you'll be filing every mail ID also. After that, you need to attach the below information like scanned copy of PAN number, then your contact details, then your scanned copy of any kind of government identity like your passport, voter ID, driving license, your Aadhaar card, or a screenshot of the error message if you are receiving any of the error. Then one help desk ticket number will be raised. That will be known as your grievance acknowledgement number. That will be raised for you. So in this scenario, just ensure that your bank account details are still the same, which you have mentioned in your ITR, and now whatever is reflecting in your portal. If that has been changed, then you are not going to receive the refund amount that has been done somewhere. Then the next reason then the fourth reason would be that refund request under process. In the dashboard, you will be seeing that refund request is under process. That means the delay could be by the IT department side only. IT department is taking some time to process your request. In this scenario, what you can do is just make sure that you e-verified your income tax return within the time mentioned, within the time given. If you have filed your return before the due date, then within 120 days you need to e-verify your ITR. Just like that, you have e-verified your ITR. If you have not e-verified your ITR, then you are not going to receive the refund amount. But if you have verified, then just check that you have e-verified within the stipulated time. If not, then you can just revise your returns and send the new acknowledgement number to CPC Bangalore. Also, just check whether the bank account is pre-validated in the e-filing portal. Whatever bank account information you have given in the income tax portal, that should be pre-validated also. Then only you are going to get the refund amount, otherwise not. Last thing would be that filing returns on a physical form and not online. So if someone has not filed their ITR online and they have filed it physically and then dispatched the ITR form to the CPC Bangalore address, processing physical filing forms now takes very long time because now everything has converted into online system from offline. But still, if someone has sent in physical form, then it will definitely take some time because they'll be looking into the other matters and they'll not look towards the physical ideas which they have received. They will look, but later. Wait for the IT department to reconcile the paperwork which you have just sent. So these are all the scenarios that would become the reason why you haven't still not received the refund. These are all the cases. So after this, if you have received your refund, income tax refund, then the status in the dashboard will be shown as refund issued when you will receive the refund amount, and you can find all the refund details such as mode of payment, refund amount, and the clearance date in that dashboard page only. So this is how the things are, like why you are not getting the refund amount. These are all the reasons. Then what you need to do if you are supposed to still receive the refund amount, what you can check if the mistake is from your end only, then it is but obvious thing that you will only have to correct it. After that, just check this, just all the check all the factors which I have told right now. If everything is to the point, then you can just raise a grievance request. If not, if you have like forgotten to e-verify your ITR, if your bank account is not pre-validated, just check all of these factors and make sure that your part is done properly and there is no delay from your side. If there is delay from your side only which you forgot to, then obviously your refund amount will be getting delayed. Just check all of these factors, and still if you want to like just submit a rectification request or file a revised return still, then you can take the help of taxbuddy.com website. You can just go to them, you can take the CE assistant filing plans and just file your income tax return very smoothly without any notice, and you can take some advice of the tax experts to save your taxes for the future upcoming years. What you can do, how many tax plannings you can do, where all you can make your investments, like all of these things you will be getting by the CA assistant planning. So this was all about our today's webinar. I hope this was very useful for you. For the person who still have not received the refund amount in their accounts. Now, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer that. There is one question that after raising refund reissue request, how to check the status of. Okay, so if you will raise the refund reissue request, then in that service tab only you can see what's the status is, and you will be getting one number also. So via that you can process that. How many days will it take to process the request? Still, it depends on the department. We cannot give one particular answer that this refund request, reissue request will be completed in this and this period of time. It totally depends on the department that how much time they are taking. Any further questions are we having? I think all the questions. Okay. Intimation received but refund not received yet. So, Swagat, as I told you, you can check the factors which I told that you have e verified on time, your bank account information which you have entered is correct and pre validated also. Those all things you need to check, and on the dashboard page, you will see that refund if it is in process, then definitely you are going to receive in now in upcoming days. But if still the status is not showing on the dashboard page, then you can just raise now a grievance request about the refund. You will be receiving it definitely. Any further question, guys? I think all the questions have been answered. If you have any further questions, even Atul, you can just raise a grievance request now on the e-filing portal only, stating the reasons. And yes, if you have further questions also, even after the session, you can just write to us at support@taxbury.com. This is our support mail ID. Your further questions will be answered over there. I hope it was a useful session for you guys. Thank you for interacting and making the session a live one. See you soon in the next upcoming webinar with a new interesting topic and useful topic. Thank you, everyone.